Isn't it just amazing when we hear everyone say, I just want to have peace. I just want to be happy. I just want to be okay with everybody. And the thing most of us seek when we say that is something external to ourselves. I know I did that for so many years. All I could say was, I just want to be happy. I just want everyone to just change because this is happening to me and it's destroying me. I never for once thought that I needed to heal and resolve my inner conflict. Are you out there and thinking you want to have peace of mind? I know there are external things that influence how we feel, but if you are out there and a lot is happening around you, what I will say is look for ways to resolve your inner conflict. Hi, I'm Toyin Okanuga. I'm the author of Hush to Raw. I'm also the CEO of Hush to Raw. I am also your self-realization mindset expert. That's it. I am your self-realization mindset expert in this field, particularly when it comes to childhood trauma. And the reason I feel and I know I'm qualified to talk to you about childhood trauma is because of my personal experience, but then because I've wrapped my personal experience around what really is in terms of academia, and that is a lot of certificates that I've taken when it comes to childhood trauma. I've taken courses in young adults and their mental health. I've taken introduction to cognitive psychology and also childhood adversity. And I'm also on the journey of doing my master's in psychology and neuroscience in mental health, because I believe studying human behavior, oh my word, it should be number one when it comes to teaching in classrooms. Because if you don't understand others, but most importantly yourself, you are just going to be swimming in this vast sea of uncertainty. So yes, today I'm talking about resolving that inner conflict. Why? Because once we resolve that inner conflict, that will start the journey of peace of mind. And I say this from a very, very personal perspective, because if you've seen some of my videos, you know that I talk mainly about my childhood. And the reason I go on and on about it, it's not just to repop the past so that I can swim in the unfortunate events that I had. No, no, no. The reason I talk about these is because I went on a journey knowing that where I could end up could be either positive or negative. And when I reached the journey of positivity, I was elated and I thought, oh my gosh, I have got to share my story. Stories, as you know, are powerful. But what I realized at the end, or as I am still on that journey, is that my inner conflict was the battle, and I thought, wow, I have to resolve this. And what were the things that were conflicting? Well, the external expectation of me and what I knew I wanted for myself. And once I gained that level, it flipped over and I thought, imagine if the people that have been doing so many bad things did that. So this is a flip side. Apart from myself and others who have been inflicted by other people's pain, I feel that if those who are hurting people seek help, they can resolve their inner conflict so that they don't hurt people. So if you're out there and you think I'm just talking to people who have been hurt in the past, please don't be mistaken. My messages are for everybody, everybody, those who have hurt people who now want resolution, and those who have been hurt. So for me, this message is for you as well out there. If you have hurt people and you are still hurting, or you have the urges, the desire to inflict pain on others, I would say, please resolve your inner conflicts. And the reason I say that is because in my case, I mean, there were so many traumatic events in my life, just like us all. As I've said in another video, we can't exist on this earth without going through some sort of horrific event, loss or pain. It's almost impossible. But what I would like to say is, in my case, one of the most horrific and traumatic events was this sexual abuse. And for me, I knew that the person who inflicted the pain on me also had pain and was hurting as a human being. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not for a second excusing this person of the pain that he inflicted on me. But what I'm saying is that it didn't start from the very time that I got abused. It would have started from his mind, the inner conflict, something that happened to him that he had not successfully resolved. And then the way he could manifest his hurt and pain was by hurting me. So today I plead with you all, those who are hurting and those who have hurt or still hurting others, because we need to live in a world where we all have peace of mind, because we are all seeking one thing. What is that? Happiness. And we cannot live in a world of where there's happiness if we keep hurting each other, because we grow up to be adults who are hurting. So for me, the first reason why we need to resolve our inner conflicts is because we have to realize that our thinking changes the structural aspect of our brain. Yes, our thinking. So when something happens to you and you feel this is so terrible, you have to think and know that your thoughts are going to result in your actions. So the thoughts that you're having, you have to start resolving. Are these lies you're telling to yourself? Okay, has something so terrible happened to you that you are battling with yourself? I will say, number one, speak to a friend about how you are feeling, about a loss you've had, about a disappointment you've had, about a game you've lost, about anything that you feel might seem so trivial. It's not trivial, because in your mind at that point it's the most devastating thing that's happened to you. And if you do not let out your feelings in a controlled environment, you're going to let out your feelings in an uncontrolled, hurting environment by hurting others. So the first one is seek help. Speak to a friend about how you're feeling. A trusted friend, no matter how trivial it is. Get your feelings out there and say, do you know what, this happened to me? And speak, talk, communication. So that's why we need to do that, to resolve and get our inner conflict to be in harmony with our external environment. So the first one is, please just seek help, go out there. Now, number two is, once you've done that, accept what is. What has happened is terrible, and we can't change what already is. What has happened, what is happening here, right now. Accept what is. I had to accept that what happened to me was horrendous, but that would not be the end of my life. And once I got to the reality of acceptance, I could then move forward by changing the thoughts in my mind and not hurting others. So accept what is. And then, as I said, in one way, what I'll say is our minds control our brain. Yeah. So if you want the structural way of your brain to change in a positive light, it's our mind that changes our brain, not the other way around. So our mind controls our brain. And so As we know, if you're a Christian or not, we say, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. In the book of Proverbs, we know that. And we say that, I don't even think that most of the time we take it in. But that is exactly it. It means as we think is how we feel, and how we feel is how we choose to behave. So for me, that is one aspect of resolving the inner conflict that goes on within us. And as I said, my videos are for those who are being hurt or those who are hurting others, because I believe that we can all change. And that is it from me today, to say, please, if you're out there and you have inner conflict, resolve if you want to have peace of mind by those steps that I've mentioned. Because that inner place that is there, that is conflicted with the environment outside, will be manifested in ways that will hurt others. And it's devastating when you see a generational curse, when you have hurt someone and that someone hurts others, it will just keep going. And then where do we stand? We've all got someone who we know, who we love, children, and it will keep going. And that is my message today. So accept what is. Resolve your inner conflict to have peace of mind. I will be doing other sessions where I'll tell you more things about that inner conflict and how we can do more to help ourselves. But that's it from me today. Get your hush to raw. You'll see how I did a lot of healing, and I will be introducing the courses very shortly of what I'm doing, so that you can be on the journey with me, so that we can all get to a place where it's of joy, love, and peace of mind that surpasses all understanding. Though the storm is around me, I feel peace within. Thank you, guys. And remember, your inner child has a voice. Don't suppress it. Please don't suppress it. Don't repress it. Let it roar. Thanks for watching, guys.